Hey peeps, in this tutorial we'll be going over tables. Alright, so tables, some people can run into into trouble with tables. They try and treat tables like arrays, or vice versa, arrays as tables, and you can get into problems. So it's important to know the difference. So you can see here I have a little things already written up so I can try and keep this fast. Alright, so boop. Whoops. Alright, so here we have simple table. This is basically telling it that we are going to create this table here, which is, has an opening curly bracket and a closing curly bracket. So this would mean that we're creating a table, as opposed to this, which would mean that we're creating an array. So very important to know the difference. Alright, so here you can see in here we have fire. So if I do fire is equal to hot, whoops, hoot apparently. Ice is equal to cold. All right. You can see here that I did put a little comma here. I don't remember if you need this, but I do it. Just, because that's the way I started out, and I'm just doing it, and I'm not sure if it's required or not, but I do it. So we're going to go ahead and let's see, what are we going to do here? Let's go ahead and start out by just printing out one of these different items in our table. So I'm going to go ahead and do print line boop dot fire. Now, what did I do here? Well, a period after the variable means that we want to get something that's inside of that. So like a variable that's inside of that. So these here are the variables, and these are the values right here. Whoops, I forgot a double quote. That would have caused an error. So when I run this boop.fire, it will just say hot to the console. So we'll go ahead and do that. Boom, hot to the console. That is one hot console. Okay. Now I can change this to cold. Wait, not cold, sorry, ice, because the variable name is ice. Save. Oops. And now you can see we print out cold. Okay, so pretty simple to understand. We can also do other fancy things with this here, but I'm going to try and go in order here. We can add table elements as well here. So if I go ahead and do boop.cake, and I'll just put delicious. Whoops, delicious. Now what have I done here? Okay, so we've already created the table boop right here. This period here means that this is going to be a sub-element here, or it's going to be a variable called cake. So this here is going to tell it to create this cake if it doesn't exist already, and set it to delicious. All right, so now if I go down here, I can go and type in, whoops, not delicious, cake. If I type in this, it's going to print out delicious. Boom, delicious. All right, moving right along here. We can do our items in a for each loop. So if I go ahead and take this out and I do a for each loop, which we just went over in our loop iterations, I could just call this variable item as I've done in there, in boop. Remember this is going to be the variable name that's going to be passed into here, and this is the variable that we're getting stuff out of. So we'll go ahead and do print line item, save that, and this is going to print out a list of every element inside the table here. Now we have delicious, cold, hot. All right. So now go back here. We can also do something else which is more advanced, but we'll go ahead and show it here anyway. This is essentially the same thing, only this one will allow us to get our index and our value. So if I print this out here, I'm going to do index plus, and I'm going to concat this as a string to the index, whoops, not index, sorry, edx, idx plus value plus val, boom. Now this can be used for more advanced operations that you'll maybe do later. So you can see here, index, cake, value, delicious. And ice, value, cold, fire, value, hot. So this is going to be the, that was my niece. This is going to be our, I lost my train of thought now. Okay, so right, yeah. So this is the name of the element variable, and this is the value of it. So sometimes when you're using tables, you'll not only want to know the value that's in it, you'll want to know the name of it so you can come back to it later. So that's also very useful in tables. We're going to go over more advanced things with what we can do with tables and arrays later. But for now, we're going to try and keep this short, so we're going to go ahead and end it here.